And hello back. Merry Christmas. My name is Mary, and welcome to story number 353. Today's story title is Felix and Paul. In the night, about 500 men were sent as a guard for Paul. He was brought out of the castle and taken that night as far as to Antri Patris, about 40 miles. The next day, the soldiers left him, thinking him out of danger, and returned to Jerusalem, while the horsemen rode on with him to Caesarea, where the governor Felix lived. The officers in charge gave the letter to the governor. He read the letter and then asked Paul from what land he had come. Paul told him that he belonged to the land of Cilicia in Asia Minor. And Felix said, I will hear your case when those who bring charges against you have come. He sent Paul to be kept in a castle that had once belonged to Herod. After 5 days, the high priest Ananias and some others came to Caesarea, bringing with them a lawyer named Tertullus. When Paul was brought before them in the presence of Felix, Tertullus made a speech charging him with riot, law-breaking, and many evil deeds. They also said he was a ringleader in the party of the Nazarenes, which was the name they gave to the Church of Christ. The Jews all joined in the charge, saying all these things were true. After they had spoken, the governor motioned with his hand toward Paul, showing that he might speak. And Paul began, I know you have been for many years a judge over this people, and for that reason I speak to you willingly. For you may know that it is only 12 days since I went up to worship at Jerusalem. I was not quarreling with anyone in the temple or stirring up a crowd in the temple, the synagogue, or the city, nor can they prove the things they have said against me. But I do admit to this, that I do serve the Lord, the God, of our fathers, believing all things in the law and the prophets, and having a hope in God that the dead shall be raised up. And I have always tried to keep my heart free from wrong toward God and toward men. Now, after many years, I come to bring gifts to my people and offerings for the altar. And with these they found me in the temple, but not with a crowd or with a riot. But there were certain Jews from Asia Minor who ought to have been there, if they have anything against me. Felix knew something about the Church of Christ, and he said, when Lysis, the chief captain, comes down, I will settle this case. And he ordered Paul to be kept under guard, but said his friends could come to see him. After a few days, Felix and his wife, Drusilla, who was a Jew, sent for Paul and heard the gospel of Christ. As Paul preached to him of right living, of ruling one's self, and of the judgment of God, Felix was alarmed and said, "Go away for now. When a fit time comes, I am ready to listen. I will send for you." Felix was not a just judge, for he hoped Paul might give him money to be set free. With this in mind, he sent for Paul and talked with him many times. 2 whole years passed, and Paul was still in prison in Caesarea. At the end of that time, Felix was called back to Rome, and a man named Porcius Festus was sent as governor in his place. Felix wanted to please the Jews, and he left Paul a prisoner. And that was the word of the Lord. Now I will share with you the discussion questions, and I have 5 of them. The first one says, "What did Felix say to Paul?" What did Felix say to Paul? Number 2, who came to Felix's court to bring charges against Paul? Who came to Felix's court to bring charges against Paul? The second part of question number 2, what did they say Paul had done? What did they say Paul had done? Number 3, who did Paul preach to? Who did Paul preach to? Number 4, what kind of judge was Felix? What kind of judge was Felix? Second part of number 4, what did he want Paul to do? What did he want Paul to do? Number 5, what did Felix do to please the Jews? Number 5 and last, what did Felix do to please the Jews? And with that, we'll be done with story number 353. So, thank you so much for being with me. I hope you're enjoying those lovely stories as much as I am. And may God bless us all until the next time. Thank you. Bye for now.